While South Africa's nuclear expansion ambitions may have been placed on hold following last month's court ruling, Eskom says it remains the only long-term solution for clean power generation in the country.
We believe that in the long term, nuclear is the only sustainable solution we see going forward. If you live in a carbon-constrained world, we have no extra hydro, we have no gas, there'll all be heavy imports and very small job creation. So it leaves us with the classical solution, which is coal and nuclear. We believe coal is challenged in the future environmentally, and as such we therefore see nuclear in the longer term as the way we'll replace our current coal fleet of stations over the next 20-30 years.
The power utility has spent the last year reinvestigating its Pebble modular reactor project, which was stopped 7 years ago.
The reason it was stopped we can debate for some time, but it was stopped. But technically there wasn't a challenge to it, and its business case as a generation system was always solid. So we've been asked a year ago by the then new chief executive. One of my first instructions when I took over as chief nuclear officer was to in fact reopen and reinvestigate the high temperature reactor, and why did we stop it. So what we've done is we've spent a year now looking at conceptual level, at a research level. This is purely a paper exercise at this stage.
Some academics say there's a misperception about the environmental impact of nuclear energy.
Worldwide, we have seen that nuclear energy is the only way to have low carbon emissions with a sustainable energy source. In Germany, for instance, they've got 80,000 megawatts of wind and solar installed. They're producing 500 grams of CO2 per kilowatt hour against France, who's all 74% nuclear, who produces about 65 grams of of CO2 per kilowatt hour. So it's really important for us to really have a perspective of what we're trying to do. We're trying to have abundance of energy, but also reduce the carbon emissions.
Those who prefer renewable energy like wind and solar energy say unlike nuclear, the benefits are that the costs are coming down.
There's a lot of debate, and especially in this last week, a lot of debate around the cost implications and the reliability. One of the key technology advancements that would be seen as a breakthrough in the renewable space would be the ability to store and calibrate such energy so that it effectively can add back to the grid at the times in which we need it.
Eskom says there are no timeframes yet for the implementation of the Pebble modular reactor project. Vanessa Puna, SABC News.